This is like the project that will not end. So today, we'll show you what we've gotten done. I want to show you my DIY plaster art and you let us know if it looks better right side up or upside down. And then also some really funny comments from the bathroom video earlier this week. All right, well, I really thought we would be doing a reveal today. It's literally like, we've been painting up until like a few minutes ago. It's Friday afternoon.
1:40 p.m. on Friday for us.
I was like, we can do it, we can. It's not physically possible. So Tom got the sliding door back up, which looks really good. I'm really happy with how that looks. He's just been working on like wiring outlets, and I have still been painting, trim, and filling nail holes and all that stuff.
Yep, and I've been making more nail holes by nailing stuff up.
Yes, fact. The other thing I think probably that's holding us up is that we still weren't sure what we were gonna do with that area in the girls' desks and how exactly we want to configure that. I had the idea of putting like a desk in the very middle and stools around it, but it's just not a very wide space.
Yeah, it ends up being a smaller space than what you'd think.
Yeah.
Or what we would think.
So we've kind of resigned to the fact that their desks are gonna need to go along the wall, and so then I'm kind of thinking that maybe we put just a shallow bookcase on the other side to kind of balance it, otherwise it feels kind of heavy on that one side. You're thinking that would be okay? It's just more work.
I'm fine with whatever.
Yeah, and then, you know, we would have a spot to store some books, and I've been against bookshelves in the past, but obviously if we're gonna start homeschooling this fall, we're gonna have to keep a little more stuff than what we've been keeping so far. So that's kind of where the project's at. We've been kind of just like, I've been standing back and just like looking at it a lot.
Moving
like,
stuff around and looking
yeah,
at it.
like, can you move the desk this way and that way? And so I want to get it right. Like, I don't expect it to be perfect, but I do want it to function well for us. It's still not a very big space, so I want it to work well. So that's kind of what we've been doing. I also decided, like, I also had this idea, like, that I could create some artwork for this wall. It's kind of like temporary artwork because our friend Lana, who is a watercolor artist, offered to make like a real piece of artwork for us. Yep. That I want to go on that wall. I just don't know the picture that I want for her to use yet. So that's like coming, but we just don't have it yet. So I just wanted something to put on there. And so I'd seen this idea where you just like take a piece of plywood, put some plaster on it to smooth it out and give it a little texture, and then paint on it. So that's what I've been doing, and just using the paint colors from the stenciling. Like it's really not meant to be like a super cool piece of artwork. It's just, like I said, kind of a placeholder. So
I think it's pretty cool because you did this and now we have 3 options.
Okay, so here's what happened. I had this picture of our house with the crabapple tree in front of it blossoming, and so I thought, well, that would be kind of cool. I love our house. I love the front of it, especially now that we've opened up the porch. So I started down that path. Yeah, I had to sneak that there.
Because of that porch.
And so I started down that path, and then it just felt a little too dark and heavy, and I couldn't get the cherry blossoms necessarily right. So then I just flipped it over and started over again and just started doing this landscape. Well, I had it in, the way I was painting it was one way with like kind of grass in the bottom and sky, like
so then
simple.
I was cutting trim for it, right, to trim out this.
Like frame it out.
And then when I brought it back in the house, I had just set it down, leaned it up against the wall, but it was upside down. And you thought it looked like a lake.
And I was like, oh, the sky just turned into a lake. And I'm like, that actually looks kind of cool, like that way. We'd have to add a little more blue at the top to replace the sky, basically. So I would be curious, what do you think? Do you like it with the blue on the bottom, where it's kind of like a lake, or back around the way I was originally thinking? It's still not totally done, but.
Or flipped and looked at the back side of the house. You don't want it. I think it looks good. I liked it. I was just surprised you stopped.
I liked how the house was coming out. The cherry blossoms were impossible for. I am not a skilled artist. It was just above my skill set. That's all.
It's pretty good for not a skilled artist.
Well, thank you. So let us know what you think.
I'm gonna show it to you.
It's heavy, isn't it? It actually ended up a lot heavier than I was thinking.
This is the house with some cherry blossoms.
Yeah.
This is the way Dawn intended it to look. This is the other option.
That's the lake. So.
Ooh, we haven't thought of this yet. What about this?
Well, for the space above the counter, and this is going above the counter, so it needs to be horizontal orientation, I think. And then the frame, I'm just gonna paint black, just to tie a little more black into that space, so. Yeah. Tom also got the other light fixture up, which looks really cool. You like those light fixtures.
I do.
Right? Yeah.
I do. They were on a really long cord for people who have like really high ceilings. We don't. So we tightened it up as tight as it'll go.
Yeah, it was funny because the kids were like, oh, what's all that extra cord for? And Tom's like, if you live in a big, cool house. Pretty much.
Ceiling's like 20 feet tall.
Yeah, and then they were thinking of what, is it cheaper by the dozen too? Where they're like swinging from the chandelier, and then Corbin's like that, if we had a house like that, then we would.
Yeah, but that was chains, Daddy, not a cord.
Yeah. Anyway, yep, so that's up and those look really good. We are actually really close to being done, really getting the girls' desk situation, a little more paint, it's getting there.
7 more days, guys, 7 more days.
Do promise next Friday we'll be doing a reveal.
Yes.
That wasn't super convincing. Can you be a little more like?
Woo, reveal.
All right, I'm holding you to it. Awesome. All right. Also, though, thank you for all the like kind and funny comments on the bathroom video earlier this week. I was working on it, and Tom's like, "You're showing our bank account information on."
I watched the video after she published it, and I was like, "Tom, I thought we've talked about safety."
Yeah. So that was just like a screenshot.
We don't have that much money in our account.
Yeah. That was just a screenshot I found somewhere. But what was so funny, the comments that I thought were the funniest though were those of you who said, I kept waiting for Tom to pop out of the shower, because that's what you did in our previous bathroom. He wasn't even home when I was recording it. But I thought we should revisit that now, because it's always good to have a good laugh. Well, hi, I'm Dawn from The Minimal Mom.
And I'm Tom.
And welcome to our bathroom. We don't usually have so many guests here.
Or clothes in here.
Why am I dressed in here?
Well, hi. Well, hi, I'm Dawn from The Minimal Mom.
And I'm Tom. This is the only way we both fit in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Can we go into how I mess it up every day?
I don't think they want to see what you leave on the floor every day.
You don't know where I'm gonna go?
I know.
I'm gonna make it new.
Well, hi, I'm Dawn from The Minimal Mom.
This is the 12th time we've done this.
Yep, so that was pretty funny that day.
Creepy guy in a tub.
Yeah. And something else that's happened, you changed the name of your YouTube channel the last week and a half or 2 weeks.
From Trucks and Tractors to Rusty Judgment. Rusty Judgment because all the other really good names are taken.
Because Demolition Ranch was already taken.
It's not a good name.
So you needed a title that was like a little more encompassing and not like lock you down to trucks and tractors, I feel
Right,
like.
so I needed a title. Like there's a lot of things that I do on a regular basis where with trucks and tractors is like, I can't make a video on that because it doesn't have to do with trucks and tractors. Well, now with Rusty Judgment, I can make a video about anything that I think of and if it works or not. So that's a lot more videos.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think the name is very fitting.
So do a lot of people.
I think if we had a nickel for every time and we're like, well, I don't know if that's a good idea. Or you're like, you know, like when you Google something and there's like, literally no one else has done it or tried it or has a recommendation.
Ooh, I'll do it, I'll do it.
Like, well, I guess, you know, why not? So anyway, so I think it's a good fit. It seemed like everyone kind of agreed with that too, so.
There will still be trucks and tractors in the channel.
Yeah.
But there will also be a lot of other things.
Yeah, yep, so you've been working on your truck, put a garage door in. Yeah, so you've had some good videos lately. And so we'll put a link to yeah, Tom's channel down below. We really appreciate your support. Why are you hitting me?
How do we get them to talk to 3 or 4 of their male friends?
Maybe the demographic on Tom's channel is 81% women.
Hold on, let's pull it up right now and show you guys. we were trending close to like 50-50 male, female. I want to say it was like 56 to 44. All right, you guys see my analytics. Thank you.
I think what happened was you did that farmer's daughter video, and then
it is true. I reeled y'all in.
It switched.
I actually thought that would go the other way.
Yeah. Anyway, so if you have some men in your life that you want to introduce to Tom's channel.
I am also aware that a lot of men use their wives' accounts.
Yeah.
But I mean, maybe if you
maybe if you know any guys.
It's up to you. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, all right. We agreed not to talk about this, but I can't not talk about it. We live just.
I know where she's going with it.
We live just outside of Minneapolis. It sometimes feels like you can't say anything right when you're in this seat here, and you'll have half of the people agree with you and the other half not agree with you. But at the risk of that, when you get a text message saying that stores 15 minutes from your house are closing down because of looting, 24 Targets in our area are closed now because of that same thing. It makes it really real, and it's obviously been hitting kind of close to home. And so, like, even last night I was like, but what could we do, right? Like, what could I say? What could we do? And I think one of the only ways to have a heart for people that are different than us and to actually value them and to be able to advocate for them is to be face to face with them and to be finding ways to serve them and love them. And care for them. And so ironically, we had the first meeting for foster care last night, and I tell Tom, like, we can take the process slow. Like, we're still not 100% on the same page with that. But even in that meeting, the gal was saying that in our area, we bump up to the Twin Cities with our county, and how 30 to 40% of the kids that enter the foster care system here are of color. And what was cool was that she was saying, I'm trying not to make it sound like everybody should be a foster parent. There's so many different opportunities to help.
But she does think that.
No, I honestly don't. And the gal would say the same thing too. She's like, not everybody's cut out to be a foster parent. But, she was just talking about, but you could offer respite care for families that do foster. You can offer respite care for parents that have difficult situations so their kids never have to get to foster care. But she was saying that 30 to 40% of the kids that enter the foster care system in our county are of color. And I was just like, you know what? I'm grateful for that, because I want our kids to interact with other cultures and with other skin colors, because I don't ever want them to be fearful of somebody just because they're different. And I know we don't ever intend for that to happen, but I know it happens to all of us. And so I would just encourage you to, 20 minutes later, I would just encourage you to find ways to intersect your life with other people too that need help, that just need to be encouraged and loved and supported. Some of them are the same color of us and some of them are different. But I think that's the only way we can truly influence change, and I do feel encouraged. I believe if any generation could put an end to this, I think it's the millennials and the generation after that. We get, as millennials, we're right on the upper edge. We don't like to always associate with that demographic.
We're right at that top edge of it.
But I think if any generation could put an end to this, I think this is the generation to do it. So how's that for 50 edit points to try and get through one thought? So yeah. So,
you're gonna look great during all that editing. I'm gonna be like looking this way, looking that way, looking this,
yeah. No, it's tough, and it's not an easy subject, and no one's in our area right now. No one's winning right now, and it's sad because no one's coming out ahead right now with everything that's going on. So we just pray that there can be peace over it, there can be clarity and wisdom, and that, but mostly that it's not wasted. So anyways, okay, we're gonna stop talking about that now. Yeah, okay, so good.
So thanks for watching.
How do we wrap this up now? Let us know what you think about the artwork.
Yeah, really important things.
All right, well, yeah, let us know what the artwork, you know, whatever you feel like commenting on today. Tom's channel
Whatever.
name.
My channel. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure. Let's
whatever.
talk about my
So-
channel. No.
Yeah, so anyways, but we sincerely hope this finds you well today, that you're doing well, and we love you, and we will visit with you again soon, and we'll just keep it fun.
Fun the whole time.
Fun the whole time.
Only fun videos.
Next Friday, this is gonna be so fun, right? Yeah, this is gonna be
Party, our place next Friday.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Okay, that's for the next 3 videos.